Hey guys, Kiko here for another Q&A. As you can see, I'm back to my room, and but I still have some videos from the tour to show you guys. So this Q&A is gonna be the just choose one. Christina is here to fire some questions, and I have to choose one. Yes, so just choose one. All right, so I don't know the questions, so let's see, what she's got.
Okay, so first question, Scorpions or ZZ Top?
Scorpions for sure, because in '85, the little Kiko was watching Scorpions on TV. They were playing Rock in Rio, and Rock You Like a Hurricane, kind of big hits, big city nights and all that. So I think one of the reasons that I play guitar is because of Scorpions. So yes, Scorpions.
And you guys toured later on, right?
Yeah, I had this amazing moment touring with Scorpions in the US, and so beautiful.
Alice Cooper or Dio?
Easy, Dio. Also, as a kid, I was a huge fan of Dio and Black Sabbath with Dio and the Dio solo albums. He always had great guitarists, Vivian Campbell, and for instance, and yes, although Alice Cooper, I'm a big fan of as well. So, but I have to choose one, so Dio.
Dire Straits or Van Halen?
Oh, those questions are not so. No.
Not
Van Halen, of course. That's too easy. Too easy. So something more challenging, please.
David Bowie or Mick Jagger?
Oh, that's interesting.
Kind of a duo.
Yeah, like, I mean, did an album together or something?
Maybe they have done some songs.
Yeah,
together.
They have some like a love affair or something like that as well. As people say so,
that's
or they said
gossip.
so. I don't know. I think historically maybe Mick Jagger, I would say, but Dave Bowie. Yeah, I don't know either.
Now that's a good one. Silvio Santos or Larry King?
Silvio Santos, of course. You guys don't know Silvio Santos, but he's a Brazilian big hero, TV presenter. So yeah, Silvio Santos.
Tá bom.
He was mean to the kids.
That made it so much.
He
more
was so
fun.
mean to the kids. So he had man. Yeah, so Sunday afternoon you have to watch Silvio Santos, and he was so mean to the kids, but it's still like an icon. Yeah. They don't have like that Silvio Santos that the little girl said like go fuck yourself or something like that.
Yeah, that
to
happened.
him,
That
live.
happened before.
Qual é a diferença do poste, do bambu e da mulher? Não sei.
O poste dá luz em cima, a mulher dá luz embaixo.
E o bambu?
Que é a tua cor.
And there was this other little kid who pulled his hair and started screaming, saying he was wearing a wig.
Yeah, right, and it was false, right? He doesn't wear a wig,
No,
although he
that's
looks
his
like
hair.
he's like
Yeah.
80 something, full of hair.
He's like
Yeah,
90 years old.
90 years old. Yeah.
Uma esposa perfeita
Anyways, Silvio Santos. Silvio Santos, vem aí. All right.
Okay, Freddie Mercury or David Bowie?
Now, Freddie Mercury, yeah. I mean, please.
Would you rather run a marathon or drive in a race?
No, I'm too scared to drive in a race. Yeah, marathon. Although I'm not able to do that too, as well. But I'm closer to run a marathon than to run to be in a race or any kind of race. Actually, during the tour, I had we had the time to go. Me and Dirk to go to the go-kart, and was in Houston. Yeah, it was amazing. Of course, he was like maybe 2 laps in front of me or something like that. But anyways, yeah.
Horror or comedy?
A comedy, of course. I like laughing.
Steven Spielberg or Jose Padilla, which is the director for Elite Squad?
I mean, it's like so different times and different movies. I would say for the people that doesn't know, the José Padilha is like a great director from Brazil, so you guys should check him out. Yeah.
He also directed Narcos.
He did the Narcos, yeah, from on Netflix. Yeah, amazing.
Stratocaster or Telecaster?
I don't know. Any caster.
Any caster.
No, actually, the Stratocaster, I have LSL there, like a Telecaster. But I don't know. I love the Telecasters actually. Maybe more, I don't know. There was a time that I was playing a lot of Telecasters, like years ago, and I recorded a lot of solos on the Rebirth album from Angra using a Tajima Telecaster. Most of the solos, I would say, using a Telecaster. It doesn't look very metal, but it sounds great. Yeah.
That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Flying V or Warlock?
I've never had any of those guitar. Flying V. Maybe a Flying V would be cool to have.
But when you see someone playing, what do you think looks the best?
Flying V, like Dave. Every night I see a collection of Flying Vs, and I do play some Flying Vs sometimes. Getting Dave's guitar and just for fun, and when he's not around, although he's pleased he's pleased to see me playing his guitars. I don't think this is not a problem at all. But I just don't know how to hold a Flying V, So it's kind of awkward for me to play a Flying V. But yeah, I think it looks pretty metal and looks cool.
The Godfather or Rocky?
Godfather for sure, Yeah. I don't get when you go to Philadelphia and then you see like the statue from Rocky Balboa there, and people go there to take picture of the imaginary character. But in Philadelphia, that you have so many other historical places to go, and people go to see the statue of Rocky Balboa. That's so weird for me. But anyways, yeah.
Aerosmith or Guns N' Roses?
Aerosmith, because I think without Aerosmith you wouldn't have Guns N' Roses for sure.
Italian pasta or Japanese sushi?
Well, now that I'm not eating meat, I should go for Italian pasta. But
you can have vegetarian sushi as well.
Oh, that's right.
Though it's a bit of a blasphemy, maybe,
well,
because there's no fish.
Yeah, it's pure rice. What's the point? Eating rice. But I would say that I really like. I used to like a lot going to a Japanese restaurant. Anytime you go to Japan or you go to Italy, you just have a blast. It's so amazing, the food of those two countries. So it's hard to pick.
Flat Earth or the man didn't land on the moon?
Huh? Serious questions, please. What is? What?
Some people like to believe the man never landed on the moon, and others like to believe in flat Earth. I know they both sound absurd.
I just ignore all those conversations. That's so weird that we're talking about going back going back to dark ages. I think you have better things to talk about than going back I don't know, thousands of years. Anyways.
Madonna or Britney Spears?
Well, again, I don't know much about both artists. I would say Madonna because she just came before Britney Spears, and probably Britney Spears were really influenced by Madonna, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Painkiller, the record from Judas Priest, or Paranoid from Black Sabbath?
Yeah, Black Sabbath first. So I always pick the founding fathers of something, but I do have a special emotional attachment to Painkiller because with Anger we used to play that song live, and then there was a compilation of Judas Priest tribute back in, I don't know, maybe 99, 98. And from a German magazine, if I'm not wrong, Rock Hard magazine or something like that. And then they asked us to record that cover, and then we did it. And yeah, so you guys can find online Angra playing Painkiller. We used to play almost every show, so it was cool. So I have a nice memory from that song specifically. And then later, Angra recorded an album in England with producer Chris Sangaritz, and he was the producer from Painkiller. So yeah, so I have this relation somehow with the album and with that song and with the producer of that album. So yeah, good memories from those times.
Brigadeiro or New York cheesecake?
Brigadeiro or New York cheesecake? Brigadeiro, of course. Brigadeiro is what? Is a sweet.
It's like a truffle.
A truffle, yeah, Brazilian
Chocolate truffle.
chocolate truffle that every kid loves in Brazil. So yeah, so I still love Brigadeiro. I think it was a lady in Rio that did this thing to promote.
It was some kind of honorship to her husband, I think.
No, it was like a guy was running for presidency. He was a brigadeiro, which is like a brigadier. I don't know in English, brigadier. It's like
kind of like military.
Military, yeah. Well, I come from like brigade or brigadier or something like that. And so brigadeiro for sure.
Ghosts or UFO?
I mean, UFOs like UFOs, yeah. I mean, we don't see UFOs because there is intelligent beings in the universe, and that's why they don't come.
Or maybe NASA is hiding it from us.
Yeah. Who knows and who cares, actually, We have our mundane problems already too.
There's enough issues down here. Pelé or Maradona?
Pelé, that's very easy, Pelé, of course, the Brazilian hero. Although, great respect to Maradona and all the things he did, the goal with the hands and all that, and all his message as well. And but Pelé, the big hero in Brazil, and also like a great sportsman and a great reference as a personality as well.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Prince or Michael Jackson? I think Michael Jackson, yeah. Dirk is a big fan of Prince, and
Prince came first.
Prince came first?
Yeah.
Yeah? Really?
I think so.
Prince came first?
I think so.
No, Michael Jackson was like, he was 5 years old.
Well, yeah, if you look from that angle.
All right, so Michael Jackson, it's like the king, and Prince of, amazing. Very hard to choose, but Michael Jackson, I would say so.
Purple Rain or Thriller?
And actually, when I did like another Q&A, somebody asked me about pop bands, and then I mentioned some pop bands, and I didn't mention Michael Jackson, and I'm sorry about that because it didn't come to my mind at that moment recording the video. But yes, Michael Jackson would be one of the pop artists that I'm a big fan. King of pop, yeah.
Purple Rain or Thriller?
I don't know. It's like, no, Thriller, I know better the album.
Finnish hockey or Brazilian soccer?
I mean, you need to give more like difficult questions. This is like, I have no clue. I don't know anything about hockey. Actually, the only thing I know, I went to see the Predators in Tennessee, in Nashville, with Dave, and so it was cool to see the first time, seeing the Predators, first time watching a hockey game. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So the thing is, like, when in Portuguese, when you say rock, the style of music, rock, we say rock. So when every time you're talking to a Brazilian, they say, you think like the Americans, they think they're talking about hockey.
It bugs your mind.
But yeah, no, it's like talking about rock music, not hockey music, not hockey. It's kind of confusing sometimes.
Avocado with sugar or with salt?
Yeah, people don't get that, because the Brazilians, at least in Rio, I guess, I don't know, or at least only my family. I think it was a real thing. No, actually it's a Brazilian thing in general. We eat avocado with sugar. Yes, with sugar. So just put the avocado, you just put a lot of sugar and lime, and that you can try it at home. And then it's a dessert. And also, you can also blend with vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream and avocado. Good stuff as well. If you can put sugar as well, but maybe it's not good for your health. But yeah, so avocado, you take the seed and then you just put a lot of sugar there with lime.
Well,
I'm sorry, the Mexicans there, they like to have all this.
They're feeling very offended right now. Bacon and eggs or cheese bread?
In my house in São Paulo, no, I'm not answering her. In my house in São Paulo, I used to have like a huge avocado tree. Like,
So you're back to
Like-
the avocado.
lots of avocados. Lots, like dozens, like hundreds, I don't know, like lots. But in Brazil, the avocado is like this size, like way bigger than the Mexican
So you can
black,
see that Kiko
black
is a
one.
little bit obsessed with avocados.
Avocados, yeah. Good for you, I guess.
Bacon and eggs or cheese bread?
Bacon and eggs and what? Cheese
That's
bread?
the American breakfast.
No, yeah, just skip breakfast. It's good for you. Sometimes it's hard to skip breakfast, mainly when you're like in a 5-star hotel, and then like, yes, let me eat the whole thing. But besides that, skip breakfast.
Avenida Paulista or Sunset Strip?
Avenida Paulista, yeah, that's like a big avenue in São Paulo. Would be more like yeah, but the Sunset Strip is more like it's more like the band, the clubs and the the place, the bars, and then this São Paulo Brazil Avenue is more like banks and offices, so it's completely different vibe.
For business.
Yeah, it's more business oriented, so you cannot compare both. Come on.
Oh, but there's
Yeah.
museums and
Museums as well. There's
Shopping
one
malls.
museum, like museums, one, a big one, but.
Lady Gaga or Rihanna?
And I don't know those artists that much, I think both are great, I guess,
Nuno Bittencourt played with Rihanna.
Nora Bittencourt, yeah. I didn't see it, but yeah.
Beethoven or Chopin?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Beethoven or Chopin. But that's hard, huh? I mean, both. I would listen to both equally. I have my moments that I need to listen to some Beethoven. Of course, Beethoven came first, so he would be more, he would be the number one. But Chopin is more, it relates more to the music we listen nowadays, I would say. At least like the Brazilian music, the jazz or bossa nova, those kind of musics a bit more relates better to Chopin, I guess. So, I mean, very hard to decide.
Sahara Desert or Antarctica?
What kind of question is that? I don't know. I'm in Finland now, so I'm kind of,
We're like 6 hours away from the Arctic Circle, so.
Yeah.
Would you rather lose a finger or lose an ear?
What kind of question is that?
His face.
Lose a finger or
Yeah.
lose a ear? Like the ear?
Yeah,
or like
one of your ears.
other ears. Oh yeah, I can lose the ears easily. No problem.
Really?
Of course. Just cut my ear, no problem. Like if if somebody kidnapped me, and then yes, because you can always, have a long hair or do something,
Sure,
That the
yeah.
finger you cannot play anymore. Well, you might be running for president in Brazil, but that's another thing. That's correct.
Feijoada or barbecue?
Feijoada. Feijoada is a Brazilian dish. Beans and meat. Although they have like a vegan kind probably nowadays. And the churrasco, which is the Brazilian barbecue. A few years ago I would choose the churrasco, and now I would choose the vegan feijoada. Well, sounds like very metal. What happened to the metal people, to the rock and roll people, Yeah, it's like back in the days they were like using drugs and all that, and now everybody's like vegan and doing CrossFit and marathons and stuff like that. Well, anyways, maybe it's boring, but just want to live longer.
It's a smart choice.
I hope. Let's see in 50 years. So,
Back to the Future or Indiana Jones?
Back to the Future for sure. Because you have the scene of the guitar with the huge amplifier that, the speaker blowing the guy. Come on.
I think more of Hoverboard.
That's right too, but the guitar scene, of course. Yeah, Back to the Future, for sure.
Would you rather be abducted or be possessed?
Yeah, the abducted would be better, to discover new things, yeah.
You can discover new things with spirits.
Yeah, no, I like the abduction thing. Going some other place and discover new ways of life.
Have a unique point of view of the earth if you look from the window.
I'll look for the window, yeah, but the abduction could be like, just turn into some kind of other, how do you say, like mass, unmaterialized. Yeah, you turn into something, just turn into dust and go somewhere else and then come back. Why you have to be like in a with the green being, the whatever.
Big eyes and big head.
Big eyes and big head and like. All right, so not a good question, this one. Very hard.
Alice in Chains or Nirvana?
Nirvana, of course. Change the music. I remember. Well, actually, we did a video talking about this. I remember the first time I heard the song on the radio. Yeah, I felt like, oh, this is different. Although it's like, okay, guitar, drums, and bass, but it was different. The music that we were listening, for like late 80s, early 90s, and then when Nirvana came, it's like, oh, this is different. The way they were playing, the attitude, the melodies, the chord changes and stuff like that. It was like, oh, it was hard to swallow it right in the beginning, because it was very different. But yeah, in the end, nowadays I see like how influenced they were.
Epica or Arch Enemy? Both with female lead singers, Simon Simmons and...
Yeah. I like both, I like both. They're very different. The Epica is more symphonic, right? And I like both. I don't know, yeah. Great singers, a great band, So.
Slayer or Pantera?
Slayer, of course, No Slayer,
Really?
no Pantera.
I thought you were going to choose Pantera.
Because as I said many times, I always, I go to
That's
the
easy way
founder.
out.
It's not a easy way out. It's just like a concept, You look to the ones that created something, It's much easier to come and reproduce and change something from something that is already established somehow, And you could say the same about Slayer if you go back to other metal bands from the 70s. So, yeah, Slayer in this sense, because they created a sound, a style of music, and but I'm a big fan of Pantera. If you ask me, do you prefer to listen, put now Slayer or Pantera, I would put probably Pantera because I know more songs, I would say, I guess. But anyways.
Yeah, that was it. That was the last question.
Oh, that was fast. All right, that was it. I hope it was good. Was it good?
I
Was it
think
good for
so.
you?
I hope people enjoyed it.
All right, so see you on the next videos, and don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments and ask questions for the next videos. Bye.
Bye.